Look at this guy's game face. Show him.
Let me see your game face.
You know what, Kenny? I lost it. I can't do it.
Let me see your game face. That is frightening.
Oh wait.
That's not a game look. That's not a game look. That's your game book look. I can't do it anymore.
Here's a guy with no game.
Morning.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Rockets. And Houston is looking to play Texas big. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Last time these two teams met, it was the New York Knicks picking up the loss in that outing against the Rockets. So they win one, lose one. Things have been pretty evenly matched so far. One of these teams has to step up.
And with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Especially when you couple the turnover with the soft defense they were playing. That's a losing combination.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Beverly in at the point. Howard the pass to Ariza. From the arc. That is good. Ariza's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Now Harden. Jose Calderon missing from long range. Takes a three. Harden's shot is off. Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Anthony kicks to Lopez. Can't get it to go. So Houston will take it the other way. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there. Harden's shot is good.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Beverly dishes to Howard. And he gets it to go. Howard's got his first points of the night.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Knicks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Good D by Ariza. For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to the Hornets.
And when things started to go wrong for them in that game, boy, did they ever go wrong. They just could never get back on track in that game.
Greg, the problem to me was no consistency. Anytime they strung together a couple of baskets, they couldn't build on it.
And Lopez gets it to go.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Here's Beverly. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And that one's good.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch. And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Here's Vujacic. James Harden picking up that last basket and stolen by Ariza. And they're running. Howard drives in. Lopez with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. Nice shot by Vujacic. Vujacic has got his first basket.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Now here's Anthony after the miss from Derek Williams. From deep, Dwight Howard pulls it in.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Knicks trail by 4. Grant with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. A follow the pass to Anthony. Lopez. And at last they get one to fall.
I love that dish down low. He adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
So for the Knicks, Serafin comes in for Robin Lopez, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Anthony. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And so it's Houston with it. Terry outside. Pass to Beasley. Here's McDaniels. The Rockets with another miss. New York's gone 0-2 from DP. And the foul on Jason Terry. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. He kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Unloads from 13. Off the left rim and out.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And guys, KJ McDaniels, I think, has excellent defensive potential. His long arms and quick jump allow him to block a high number of shots for a two-guard. And his overall athleticism allows him to match up against 2s and 3s. Offensively, though, he really needs work on practically every measurable skill.
And McDaniels drops them both. Getting back to McDaniels, the highest second-round draft pick in last year's draft.
And, Kevin, he was outperforming that draft spot through the first 52 games, but because of a one-year rookie contract, the Sixers felt they might have to overpay him, so therefore they traded him to Houston instead.
The cold, harsh economics, Clark, of the NBA, huh?
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the off.
No good on the second free throw. The ultimate wild card, incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country, but now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point. The Knicks have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Terry kicks to Beasley. Tries again. And oh, buzzer beater.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You got to tip your hat to him. That was well done.
And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game.
Basketball. This is my passion. You know, on the court, it's my saint.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
It's a great.
It's what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Corey Brewer. McDaniels is out there with Terry. Then there's Beasley, and it's Capella in at the 5. Down low. It's blocked. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. There's the bucket. Good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Houston.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that deep.
And 2 assists. Those numbers solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Another foul will give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
First team foul. Out of the basket. Houston foul call. Jason Terry. His second person. First team.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And the foul called on Kevin Seraphin. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And there's Terry. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to Beasley. Down low. Clock at 6. McDaniels kicks to Brewer. Launches it. It's rebounded by New York. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Beasley. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
Here's Grant. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte. Passes it to Galloway. Back to Grant. Williams kicks to Seraphin from 12 feet out. Here's Galloway, and McDaniels with the block. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Beasley dishes to Capella, stolen by Seraphin. At the elbow, it's a follow. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce. And you guys, he was once considered a tweener But now I think Derek Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
Knicks trail by 6. And there's the feed to Seraphin. Stolen by McDaniels. Terry kicks to Beasley, and he banks in the layup. Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the... Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
Grant with the ball. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Wide open look. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Williams. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Terry. The Knicks pull it in.
And sometimes he can hit that deep 3, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Stolen by Grant. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Galloway. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Knicks trail by 4. They get a hand on it. Kicks it to Bruce. Here.